guys, welcome back to another round of our 2K TV challenge. Joining us in the lounge today, we have Ronnie 2K, Dan Indra, and Mike Wang. All right, Ronnie, so we are going to be playing some one-on-one.
I'm more of a, fit into the 3-on-3 or the pro-am.
You're a team guy.
Yeah, I can't shoot threes with my rebounding slasher, so...
He picked that archetype before he knew we were doing this segment, is what he's trying to say.
That is true.
So, Mike, before Ronnie gets on the court, any advice going one-on-one?
A rebound and slash,
watching the
right?
last, his rebounding slasher, I don't know. You're going to have a work cut out for you.
Here we go. You got BP up, and he just beat his last opponent 3-0.
Get it, get it, get it. Get it. Oh.
Stay between him and the hoop.
Oh.
I got a wicked glare right now. I swear to God, that's not an excuse.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the Oklahoma City Thunder in their house, Chesapeake Energy Arena. Checking out Oklahoma City. This is their first time playing this squad so far this season. Last year, they had a winning record against them, going 2-1. In a league of giants, the NBA community loves to cheer for the little guy. One of the best ever players under 6 feet tall got to be Isaiah Thomas. Guys, just how is he able to dominate when he's listed at, what, 5'9"?
Yeah, I mean, his domination comes from his speed and quickness. And actually, it's an advantage. He uses his lack of size as an advantage because he sees avenues and lanes that typically taller players can't see. Great outside shot, what makes you cover him. This guy has the total package.
A short guy sees lanes that taller players can't see.
No question.
Anyway, plays with zero fear in this game. Reminds me of a little bit of Allen Iverson.
So Isaiah Thomas, 5'9". Shaq, when he was born, you don't realize this, was 5'10".
Wow.
Yeah.
5'10".
Here's
You're
Kevin
5'10".
Harlan.
5'10".
Wow.
We're coming at you from the peak, Chesapeake Energy Arena in beautiful Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder prepare to take the floor. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. So for the Thunder, their last game, a loss to the Jazz. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
Well, certainly it wasn't their best night shooting the basketball. What you have to do is now put it aside and get focused for the next one.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, "I never thought about it until I hurt my back." Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, "I realized that I liked that side of the game." And Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. We should have a fan favorite here tonight. Two fast break teams. Lots of highlight reel plays. Doris, what can either side do to try and slow down the other?
Well, both teams love to take turnovers and turn them into highlight reel dunks. So, one, you've got to take high-quality shots, take care of the basketball, make sure you're getting good shots every trip, Kev.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope is the 2 with Ingram playing small forward. Randall is the 4 with Lopez in the middle. And it's Thomas in at the point. Dishes it to Ingram. And there's Randall on the assist from Ingram. Randall's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Lakers. Westbrook against Thomas. Now here's Westbrook. Tight defense on him. Good D by Thomas. Caldwell Pope outside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you really got to be in awe at the way that Kentavious Caldwell-Pope plays defense. So disciplined in this era of three-point shooting to kind of stay home on fakes and playing great position defense. He just sticks to his man like glue.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. Now with Caldwell Pope, it's not like he's playing defense on just anyone. Greg, he usually drives the opposing team's top scorer as his nightly assignment.
Yeah, and he's earned that responsibility because of his play. I mean, typically plays a ton of minutes and never slows down during the game. All around fantastic defensively.
No good on the second free throw.
Well, if you think back to last season, guys, the narrative was that Russell Westbrook had zero help on this roster. To be completely honest, I thought it was unfair to the pieces that were around Russell Westbrook and the job they did playing their roles to exactly the standard this organization wanted.
And here is Thomas after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Lopez a screen. Shot off the screen. And that one's good. Ingram's got his first bucket in this one.
And Ingram is so skilled in finding space off of screens. When there's a pick being set, you have to keep your eye on him.
Now, here is George. He's coming off a 16-point game against Utah. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And what the fans are saying is that Westbrook, Doris, just needs more help around him.
Well, certainly the acquisition of Paul George should relieve some pressure on Russell Westbrook because now he's teamed along yet another superstar.
Ingram wide open. His three-pointer's off the mark.
The defense lost him there, and he should have made him pay.
Kicks to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving it around. George with the ball. Now guarded by Ingram. 5 on the clock. Here's Anthony. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Lakers have gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. Stolen by George. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. George has got the ball. That gives them the lead.
Kevin, this is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots. Well, Paul George has made himself into one of the premier two-way perimeter players in the NBA. I think you have to put him in that category with Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. He can take over a game in every facet, guys.
George, no good on the free throw. And Doris, Paul George, capable of carrying a team offensively while also locking down the other team's top wing threat.
And that, to me, Kev, is one of the hardest things to do in this league, to expend the energy necessary to be an elite two-way player. Paul George is the real deal.
Here's Ingram. Steven Adams making his last shot. Ingram with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Suns in Phoenix.
Gotta see Ingram get going down low. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Westbrook kicks to Anthony. outside. George. Westbrook against Thomas. Clock at 6. Back to Westbrook. Takes the 3. Shot clock reset for Oklahoma City. Bucket is good. Adams has got his second basket of the night.
Listen, we know Steven Adams is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. You've got to have great awareness about him on the glass.
Now here's Thomas. 23 points for him the last game against Phoenix.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
Now here's Westbrook following the miss by Julius Randle. Adams with the screen on Lopez. Roberson the pass to Adams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Adams has got 6 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Ingram dishes to Lopez. From down in the low post, it goes.
Well, Lopez so comfortable down inside. This is where he makes his living, Kevin.
Westbrook kicks to George. To the middle. Adams, the pass to George. And he gets the bucket. George has got his third bucket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Thomas dishes to Lopez. Here's Thomas looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Ingram. Drills it from outside. The Thunder leading by 3. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Now Westbrook. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Roberson can't hit.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
Caldwell Pope right side. Outside Thomas. Back to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Randle. Here's Ingram. The Lakers rebound. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. George with no one around. Sinks the triple. He's got 10.
Well, you cannot let Paul George get going from there. As a solid and outside scorer, measuring that shot well.
Thomas with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Thomas kicks to Randle. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And Adams sends it back.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now.
Here's Roberson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Guys, there's so many great scorers in our league. It makes it tough to get stops, but somehow they were able to do it consistently in that one.
Well, obviously props to them for playing lockdown defense. They looked flustered throughout the game. Nothing came easy to their opponent. That was well done.
And the shot goes in.
Well, just the ability to have the kind of vision that Paul George has, exceptional at getting his teammates the basketball.
Thomas kicks to Caldwell Pope. Randle with a screen for Caldwell Pope. There's the pick. Picked by Randle, and they call an illegal screen here.
Boy, picks up that second foul very early in this game. He's going to have to tread lightly for the rest of this half.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Anthony. The Thunder leading by 5. You look at the success that Coach Billy Donovan has had both at the college level at Florida and his first few years in the NBA at Oklahoma City. Doris, he very much feels at home in playoff and pressure situations.
Well, certainly Billy D has a lot of experience managing a team in a postseason setting. This is a guy who always tinkers during the regular season to find different angles to help his guys. Billy Donovan, one of those guys increasingly who you don't want to see in a 7-game series.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Oklahoma City has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And here is Grant. outside Westbrook. Here's the three. Here's Adams. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Patterson, he's checked in for Paul George. Alex Abrinas comes in for Roberson. That's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. And the free throw, no good. And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
You hit it right on the head. And, you know, as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots.
And the Lakers have possession after Oklahoma City gets the three. Here's Hart. He had 10 points in the win against Phoenix. They swipe it. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And it's an 11-point Thunder lead.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleash chaos moment. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. They set the pick. Now here's Ball. Passes it to Day. Here's Hart. Shot clock at 5. Lets a floater go. He takes it up and lays it in.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Here's Grant. Nice D from Dang.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
Now, here's Ball. The three. Thunder with the rebound. Outside, Felton. Back to Grant. In the corner, it's Patterson. Oklahoma City moving the ball around from downtown. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
Ball kicks to Fry. And there's the pass to Ball. Here's Hart. He's covered by Felton. Hart the pass to Ball. Here's Kuzma. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. In the corner, it's Felton. It's Patterson atop the key. Back to Felton. Patterson setting the pick for Felton. Off the screen. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Lakers trail by 12. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now, here's Ball. He's covered by Felton. Ball, the pass to Kuzma. And he makes the bucket, true contact, and gets the whistle, too.
And you have to have an appreciation for Ball's passing skills. I mean, he just sees the floor beautifully, easily working the ball over to open teammates.
The Lakers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
One shot.
That one misses. And the Lakers, Greg, for a long time could rely on the lure of Los Angeles to draw top free agents. History does a lot, it seems.
Yeah, Paul George listing them on his short list shows they still have that pull, but the Lakers will be big players in free agency, I believe, in the near future. They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Kuzma passes the ball. And it's off from three-point range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's stolen by Dang. And here comes the break. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Adams dishes to Felton. Adams sets the pick for Felton. Patterson. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Patterson's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, we talk about not wasting any time. How about Patrick Patterson on the catch and shoot?
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back to the action after this word. Russell Westbrook, a guy who has faced some criticism, also a guy who is extremely critical of himself.
It's tough, and I'm still learning every night to be able to come out, to know when to score, to know when to pass, to know when to be aggressive, to know when to slow down. It can be tough at times because I want to do so well, and I want my teammates to do.
Well, you have to love the competitive attitude, the desire to be great, not just for himself, but for his teammates, too.
And the emphasis on winning. That's why so many people in the league feel that it's just a matter of time before Westbrook puts those finishing touches on his game.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And, guys, we've seen the Thunder really take control here.
I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
You just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from three-point territory.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Thunder 5 right now. Inside, it's Patterson and Adams. Then there's Felton. Then there's Grant, and it's Abrinas in at the 2 spot. Here's Kuzma, following the basket by Raymond Felton. Pass to Dang. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hart. The 3-ball. Drains the 3-pointer. Hart's got 5.
A steady screen set on that play, and the defense disappears. Nice communication between teammates to make that play work.
And Patterson kicks to Abrinas. Now the dish to Adams. Down low. Patterson, that's good. 8 points for him.
Well, we know that Patrick Patterson can step away and be a force as a face-up guy, but still plenty dangerous inside.
There's the screen. Pass to Kuzma. It's hauled in by Adams.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Grant the pass to Felton. Back to Patterson. Another shot, and there's the nice layup by Adams. And the Thunder lead by 17.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Kuzma. Patterson defending. Hart, no good. Oklahoma City has gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Abrinas' shot is off. Lakers trail by 17. Over to the left wing. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's ball in the corner. And again, no good by the Lakers.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
And Adams kicks to Abrinas. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Lakers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Doris, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is the hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me, the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it. If you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between two people because there's so much scoring and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to it.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
Here's Adams outside Felton. Patterson against Dang. And it's Grant in the corner. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Releases from 15. Offensive rebound. Kuzma. And Grant sends it back. Lets it go from deep. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Adams sends it back. Grant outside. Inside, Adams dishes to Felton. A stupendous finish in traffic. Felton's got his second bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And the Lakers call time here.
Well, obviously, the biggest impact Steven Adams has for this team is his ability to be a defensive force in the middle. This guy carves up space, takes away any would-be penetrators, solid rim protection, just an unbelievable guy on the interior.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Steven Adams. Paul George comes in for Jeremy Grant. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Alex Abrinas. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Raymond Felton.
And KCP's quickness makes him tough to track coming off those screens.
More on Adams, Doris. Not only is he a shot-blocking presence, but also will come up with a good amount of steals for a big man.
And that's an area, Kev, where Adams has really improved recently. For his size, he's got great agility and great anticipation in the paint. And I like that there's no hesitation to rotate and challenge any player he switches onto.
Now here's Randall. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
George with the ball. 10 points for him. Patterson setting the pick for George. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. George has got 12.
Yeah, Kevin, they're simply going to play through Paul George until the defense shows that he can be stopped. And right now, he's virtually impossible.
Now, here's Zubats. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. A second chance effort. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Well, so rewarding for a player to beat everybody to the basketball and convert that second chance bucket.
Westbrook passes to Anthony. The feed to George. To the left wing. And Roberson kicks to Patterson. Anthony sets the pick for Patterson. Anthony down low. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Just such a high percentage look, but with Melo, it's almost just a given. Tough to stop.
Thomas passes to Zubats. Back to Thomas. A floater, and the layup is up and in. Thomas got his first basket of the night.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Westbrook kicks to Anthony. From about 19 feet. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. 6 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And Anthony, really one of the most confident jump shooters, an elite level scorer who gets plenty of opportunities.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific. He doesn't let that possession go to waste, Kev. He's going to feed on those second chance opportunities. Boy, that's pretty work.
Lakers shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
It's so fascinating to look back on Thunder history because 3 current players who are dominating the league were together on the Oklahoma City Thunder: Harden, Durant, and Westbrook. In retrospect, the talent level on that team was unreal.
Now here's Anthony. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz. He came off the screen and finished with authority.
Oh, got to his launch pad, and Melo made sure that went down.
Thomas kicks to Randall. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up. And going back to the Thunder teams with the big 3 of Harden, Durant, and Westbrook. And Doris, some bad luck with the Thunder during those seasons.
Well, first and foremost, they ran into a great Miami team in the NBA Finals. Then after Harden left, injuries to both Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook hampered their opportunities. Still, you think back, and if you're an Oklahoma City fan, you can marvel at the collection of talent you once had.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Randall.
And Julius Randle, that 7th pick back in the 14 draft out of Kentucky, was a 5-star recruit out of high school and was able to help get the Wildcats to the championship round. So this is a guy who is used to the spotlight.
Sinks the triple. Anthony's got 11 points.
You know, guys, look at Melo's career. He turned into a much better three-point shooter in the latter stages of his career.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And Julius Randle with an intriguing game, a great rebounder. He's a pretty good ball handler for his size, too.
Yeah, he likes to rip it and run, and very athletic when he gets ahead of steam, and, boy, he can be tough to contain.
And Doris, looking at the financial health of the league, tremendous TV ratings with the finals coverage again. Nearly half the teams valued around $1 billion, which to me is just unfathomable. Are we in the golden age of professional basketball in this country, of the NBA?
I think certainly we are in one of the great generations for the NBA. And think about this. I know soccer is the most popular game worldwide, Kevin, but increasingly basketball beyond the borders of the United States is one of the most popular and fastest growing sports. So I don't think there's any question the NBA is at its peak of its popularity with no end in sight. And I think there's a reason for that. You know, I think there's something very tangible and touchable to the NBA fan. Look at a guy like Steph Curry. He looks like every man, and yet he's finding tremendous success. That's appealing to NBA fans of the next generation.
Now Caldwell Pope. Paul George missing from long range. It's Ingram on the wing. Patterson defending. Goes up on the wing. Here's Zubac. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Zubac has got his second bucket of the game to go. Westbrook against Thomas. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
The motor of Russell Westbrook is absolutely amazing. This guy stays with his shot even through the tough contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Lopez, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Free throw no good for Westbrook. Doris, we have so many bigs that are playmakers, even though their position doesn't say they really should fall in that category. but we do have a lot of guys that can pass, that have size and operate down low. Who, in your opinion, tend to be some of those names under the radar?
Well, I go to Marc Gasol, who is an all-star center in the NBA, but what his value is, he's increasingly become comfortable with a guy who they want to take 15 to 20 shots a game. But the beauty of Marc Gasol is the unselfish nature of his game. You can stick Marc at the elbow, enter the ball through him, and you know something good is going to happen. He's going to make the right pass. He's going to lead to the pass that leads to the pass that leads to the score, or he can get his own offense. I think for me, maybe the under-radar guy in terms of playmaking have to be Marc Gasol.
Now here's Thomas. Good on the shot. Thomas got it back down to within single digits for the Lakers.
Boy, what a big-time, strong finish. Isaiah Thomas, an uncanny ability to make tough shots.
Here's Roberson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. Lopez kicks to Ingram. Caldwell Pope dishes to Lopez. A nice passing here by Los Angeles. And shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. The Thunder leading by 9. Anthony, the pass to George. And Robertson has it in the corner. Anthony kicks to Roberson. Feeds it to Patterson. Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Offline with his 3.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Now really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first.
And Isaiah Thomas, the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played 1,000 minutes or more in a season. And he's not just playing, he's playing at the highest level. And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Now here's George, and the shot falls short this time. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Thomas against Westbrook. Thomas kicks to Lopez. Out to the right wing. Back to Thomas. He feeds it the ball. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now Westbrook. There's a screen.
Oh, he hits it.
How about that shot?
Tough shot.
Incredible.
3 points at the buzzer.
An absolute miracle that one went in. A circus shot to end the quarter.
And so it's Oklahoma City with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers, and I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 12 points, 2 steals, and 1 assist. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, I like that they're aggressively going to the rack. That establishes an attitude, a certain toughness. They just need to stay committed to their game plan.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
Well, they faced an all-out aerial assault, bombs everywhere. But they're still in position to win this game. But they were bombed from deep all half long, Ernie. They need to revamp the perimeter approach on defense. They don't need to take everything away, but they got to make it harder.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
The Thunder leading by 6. So for the Lakers right now, the lengthy pair of KCP and Ingram on the wing. Randall is the 4 with Lopez in the middle. And it's Thomas in at the 1. Here's Roberson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Adams. Not going to go that time. Good D by Lopez. Lakers trailed by 6. Here's Randall. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key.
And he knocks down the first one. Doris, with so many one-and-dones entering the NBA, do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin.
Westbrook with it. Now Thomas defending. Screen by Adams. Just 5 on the clock. George with the bucket.
Well, Kevin, you have got to have the right focus and the right reads in the pick and roll. And Paul George making all the right decisions right now, slicing up the defense.
Now here's Lopez. Outside Thomas. Ingram kicks to Lopez. Makes it off the glass. Lopez has got his second bucket tonight.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Now here's Adams. Back to Robertson. Adams outside. And Robertson has it in the corner. A putback, and it's Adams on the follow. Adams has got 12 in the game.
I love
love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Now here's Thomas. He has 7. He dishes it to Lopez. Whistle blows. If that's going to be a travel. And here we can check out the breakdown of rebounds tonight between the front court and the back court for the Thunder.
And their big men are getting the majority of the rebounds. You like all 5 guys boxing out and getting on the glass, but at the end of the day, that's their role to control the boards.
The Thunder leading by 6. And here's Westbrook. He's got 9. He kicks it to George. Screen by Adams. Here's Roberson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Brook Lopez. Well, you talk about the very definition of what a defensive specialist is, Doris, and that is Andre Roberson.
Right. What you love about Roberson is he can match up with multiple positions on the defensive end. One thing you worry about, obviously, is teams when he is on the offensive end, they're going to give him a lot of shots because he's yet to prove he can consistently knock those down.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Well, the Thunder are not one of the best shooting teams from outside. We know that. They know their strength of their offense, Doris, lies in their ability to attack the rim and get shots in the paint.
Right, because you have to consider the Thunder last year were last in the NBA in three-point percentage, yet second in the league in points in the paint. So when they are able to get inside on a team, that is when they are at their most dangerous.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
It's amazing the success they've had with him shooting this way. 0 for the night.
And it's Anthony with the jam.
Boy, the quick hands of Anthony. And he was off and running. Once he gets going like that, pretty much no way to shut that down.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He has 7. Picked by Randall. Caldwell Pope outside. There's the screen. Thomas against Anthony. For 3. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Lopez.
Well, it's just solid awareness by Brook Lopez, working hard to get his team a second opportunity.
Westbrook dishes to Adams. Thomas against Westbrook. Again, Oklahoma City.
Well, this has become his bread and butter. The mid-range game has been good to Russell Westbrook.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. To the middle. Here's Caldwell Pope. Second chance shot. Anthony with the defensive effort.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit. You know, you see Russell Westbrook now, and you just assume he's going to put up a triple-double. I don't think we thought we'd ever see somebody average that for an entire season. But what an incredible accomplishment last year, and turned the NBA upside down with that feat.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Westbrook with an incredible year in the triple-double average. He also broke Oscar Robertson's record for most triple-doubles in a single season. Doris, wonderful ceremony with the 2 of them on the last day of last season.
What's incredible to me is Westbrook is already 4th on the all-time triple-double list. Think about it. He's in his prime, and he could pass names like the Big O, Magic Johnson, and Jason Kidd. This is truly extraordinary.
And for a while, you had to wonder how Russell Westbrook would play if he was the standalone leader of a team.
What we found out is Russell Westbrook is now an MVP. This guy was the unquestioned leader of the team, and I thought the entire group reflected his intensity on the court.
Timeout called the Lakers.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Now we get a chance to check out Isaiah Thomas. Last season, he played outstanding. Second in free throw percentage, third in scoring. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, second in the league. I never saw lapses in his concentration at all.
Whoa! Stop it!
Fast. And you see the quickness of KCP bursting to the rim.
Westbrook against Thomas. And here's Anthony for three. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 4 assists now tonight.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Thomas kicks to Dang. Westbrook against Thomas. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Westbrook. George against Dang. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
How pretty is the shooting motion of Paul George? Pulls the trigger with no hesitation. He owns the mid-range.
Picked by Randall. Lopez kicks to Dang. Dishes it to Thomas. Again, Thomas missing.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Picked by Randall. Thomas kicks to Randall. Paul George with the steal. Goes up, and then George with the jam.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Thomas. To halt the run. Good D by Westbrook.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
And it's Abrinas in the corner. Back to Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Clock at 6. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Outside Dang. Kicks to Thomas. Pass to Randall. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Abrinas. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Westbrook against Thomas. And Westbrook, here we go. Chalk up 2 there. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, how strong does Russell Westbrook venture into the paint? He is outstanding this close to the rack.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Well, Isaiah Thomas can handle the basketball with great efficiency. He might have the league's best hesitation move, and that allows him to get to the rim at will, guys.
And Doris, when Thomas gets into the lane, he's an amazing finisher for a guy his size.
It really boggles the mind, Kevin, how many tricks are in that bag. This guy can finish with hooks, with floaters, with either hand from different angles, English off the glass. I think his strength is really deceptive. He can take a hit, finish the play. This guy is truly remarkable.
That's good from Thomas.
I'm surprised he didn't choose number 60. Remember, the last pick in the draft, that's the number he went, but he continues to play with that chip on his shoulder.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. And both free throws good for Thomas.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Felton the pass to George. Back to Felton. Screen by Adams. Felton dishes to Adams. Pass break, the Lakers. Here's Kuzma. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Isn't this what we've come to expect the great point guards to do? Thomas effective spotting his teammates when they're open.
Thomas against Felton. The pass to George. Inside, Adams. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Patterson's checked in. And the Lakers also making a change. Hart, he's checked in for Isaiah Thomas. Outside, Felton. Just 5 on the clock. There's the pick. From deep, George. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Hart. He's got 5. Kuzma passes to Fry. Over Felton. No good from Fry. The Thunder leading by 14. Pass to Abrinas. The dish to Grant. Felton kicks to Grant. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And here's George for 3. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Ball with it. Now Felton defending. Pass to Kuzma. They set the pick. Ball dishes to Fry. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Patterson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Abrinas the pass to George. Grant outside. And the Thunder another 3.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Lakers trail by 20. Ball kicks to Fry. The feed to Ball. Here's Kuzma. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Kuzma's got 9.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Abrinas the pass to George. In the corner, it's Felton. Patterson, the screen. Back to Grant. There's the 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly. The defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Here's Kuzma. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
The Lakers have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. And the Thunder with some changes. Steven Adams comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Roberson in for Alex Abrinas. And the Lakers also making a switch. Ingram's checked in.
One shot, mind the lanes.
The Thunder leading by 17. And Roberson kicks to Grant. 1:31 left to play in the third. George, no good. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. In the corner, it's Ingram. Feeds it to Fry. And it's ball in the corner. That shot, no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's Roberson. The Lakers with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Ball with it. Now defended by Grant. A three-pointer is right on target. Kuzma's got 11 in the second half.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
Grant kicks to George. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And the Thunder lead by 17. Passes it to Zubac. There's the screen. He feeds it to Ball. And the pass to Kuzma. Now here's Ball. He's covered closely. From the arc. And another three for the Lakers.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a three on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
No good from Grant. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Adams. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Exert yourself by being disciplined and focused on the right stuff. All right, good job. Oh, let's go.
Words of praise from Billy Donovan asking them to stay locked in, make good choices.
Yeah, and when all five of these guys are on the same page, great things tend to happen. So let's see if that continues.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Paul George is out there with Grant. And then there's Steven Adams. Then there's Roberson. Then it's Felton in at the one spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Screen by Adams. To the wing on the left. Fires the three. But they get it back.
Wow, just getting all the luck right now, it seems. Good bounce.
Lakers trail by 11. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Kuzma, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first one falls. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Thunder leading by 9. And George kicks to Roberson. Screen by Adams. Off the pick. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, I love how hard Steven Adams works on the boards. Excellent timing for that putback.
Lakers trail by 11. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. This is DeFry. Caldwell Pope kicks to Ingram. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Grant, and that one comes up a bit short. The Thunder have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. And Robertson has it in the corner. Screen by Adams. Outside for George. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got 27 points.
That's his 5th triple of the night. 2 in the first half, 3 in this one. Huge production.
They set the pick. Pass to Kuzma. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on George.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The first one falls. A different look for Oklahoma City. Anthony's checked in for George. And Russell Westbrook has subbed in for Raymond Felton. And the Lakers also making a change. Lopez is checked in. Both good from the line that time.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Outside Westbrook. He dishes it to Robertson. Out to the wing. Here's Grant. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Lopez, a screen on Anthony. Here's Ingram. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Brandon Ingram, the second overall pick in 2016 out of Duke. What do you make of his rookie season?
You know, very much a work in progress. You have to remember how young he is. Didn't turn 19 until 3 months before the draft. And he's still rail thin. So he's got a chance to improve very quickly over the next few seasons as his body continues to mature.
First free throw is good.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
Thomas checked in for ball. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Anthony. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. He kicks to Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Here's Grant. Oklahoma City, the rebound.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession.
Westbrook against Thomas. Kicks to Lopez. Now here's Thomas. Lopez right side. Over Adams. The rebound by Grant.
I'm sure if he had the chance to do that possession over again, he would not have taken the shot.
There's the pick. There's the dish to Robertson. And the 3 off target.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
Picked away. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Back to Grant. Westbrook against Thomas. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And that's 17 points for Russell Westbrook. Thomas passes to Kuzma. And there's the feed to Lopez. Pass to Ingram. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
love how Ingram toys with the opposition, drawing contact very easily on these kinds of attempts.
And the first one drops. Randall's checked in for the Lakers. That one is no good. The Thunder leading by 14. Grant kicks to Adams. The kick out to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving it around. Feeds to Adams. There's the pick. Passes it to Carmelo. Shoots over Ingram. They get it back. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Missed number 7 from the field. He's also made 7. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. No coverage that time. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
And boy, this really doesn't look good. Just the way it happened.
Boy, it's got to be so frustrating for him. As hard as he has worked, doing everything he can to help his team. Just heartbreaking, Greg.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Roberson. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Anthony kicks to Roberson. For 3. Goes back up. Adams. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, we all know Steven Adams is one of the most physical guys in the NBA. He is so solid at using his body to pick up fouls.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, Steven Adams is a guy who understands his role. He wants to play hard-nosed defense. He wants to score it anytime he's got a deep touch in the paint. Love his approach.
And so Adams nails both of them. Thomas with the ball. Caldwell Pope outside. Lopez a screen. Randall a screen on Anthony.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
2 shots.
That's good from Thomas. Both shots good from the stripe. Now Felton. Here's Roberson. Outside Felton. He feeds it to Carmelo. And Roberson kicks to Felton. Pocket 6. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
Randall dishes to Thomas. Now the pass to Ingram. That shot off the mark. Adams, some nice D. Outside, Felton. Dishes to Grant. Back to Felton. The teardrop falls in.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Ingram kicks to Randall. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. No good on that one. And the second free throw, good.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Adams sets the pick for Felton. To the inside. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, the size and the frame of Steven Adams is flat out intimidating. A high percentage scorer around the blocks.
Lopez a screen. Caldwell Pope passes to Ingram. They set the pick. Lopez a screen. Lopez a screen on Adams. On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. And again, the Lakers no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And the dunk by Grant.
Well, Jeremy Grant doing what is to his strength, which is get out in transition, give yourself an easy opportunity.
Thomas with the ball. Now Felton defending. Offensive rebound. The Thunder leading by 17. Here's Roberson. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Paul George, he's checked in for Jeremy Grant. George, that's a 2-pointer, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. George has got 17 now, just in the second half. Lakers trailed by 19. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Picked by Randall. Thomas kicks to Ingram. Back to Thomas. 6 to shoot. Shoots. Kept alive. Randall with the bucket. Oklahoma City leading by 17. Felton kicks to Anthony. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Anthony's got 19 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
And we all know Brook Lopez can score in the post, and he might be just as valuable working from the elbow and running in that pick and pop action.
And he makes the first. And Brook Lopez with the ability to face up and Greg post up.
High post or low. I mean, his passing and shooting ability give him that versatility. He is a load to handle for our defense.
And Doris, it's nice to see Brooke Lopez the last few seasons stay relatively healthy.
Well, I think for 7-footers, anyone who plays on the interior, you can get such wear and tear on the body. I think he's taken motivation from those injuries, and he's making the most of his time on the court.
Now here's Ingram, defended by George. Ingram kicks to Thomas. The kick out to Lopez. Shoots over Adams. And Brooke Lopez, the bucket on the assist by Thomas. 10 points for Brooke Lopez.
You simply have to remember that Brooke Lopez can stroke the jumper. This guy on catch and shoot is terrific.
Moment here now for an injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Russell Westbrook. What's the news, David?
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Oklahoma City. He told me that the injury appears to be a strained Achilles. That's the type of injury that won't only keep him out the rest of this game, but what could be a lot more games to come. Not good news at all for this team, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Well, and barring any of those setbacks, Greg, I wouldn't be surprised to see him back ahead of the schedule they've laid out for him.
Thunder making a change here. Ferguson's checked in. Lakers trailed by 19. Outside Thomas. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Lopez a screen. Stolen by George. Here's Ferguson. Outside, George. He dishes it to Robertson. Back to George. Here's Robertson. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Adams' shot is good.
Well, you can't do anything more defensively to stop Steven Adams. This guy is growing into a solid interior threat.
There's a good screen. Thomas kicks to Ingram. Lopez sets a screen for Ingram. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Doris, for you in evaluating how good a player was over his career. You can look at analytics, statistics, whatever avenue you want to take. How important are the rings, the championships in that equation for you?
You know, I know there is some conversation that's saying if you don't have a ring, your career wasn't great. I would say this to you. Karl Malone and John Stockton are in no way diminished in terms of their Hall of Fame credentials simply because they lacked a ring. Sometimes it's the era within which you're operating. Michael Jordan was the greatest player of his generation. Some would say the greatest player of all time. I would say that Karl Malone and John Stockton, unfortunately, were at their peak, in the peak of maybe the greatest player, Michael Jordan. So in no way is someone like Patrick Ewing diminished in terms of his stature and greatness simply because the Knicks were never able to break through. I don't buy that argument.
You frame that so well. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Thunder leading by 19. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Felton kicks to Patterson. Here's Abrinas, and Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Price checked in. And here is Felton. Outside Anthony. Back to Felton. He kicks it to George. His three-pointers off the mark. Lakers trailed by 19.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Oklahoma City.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Steven Adams.
Well, you couldn't help but notice how well this guy protected the rim. There was an intimidation factor thanks to his defense. No easy shots in his neighborhood tonight.
Here's Ball. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
Yeah, you've got to stay with Ball when the pick comes. You know he's looking to get the shot off.
Felton dishes to Anthony. Back to Felton. Patterson setting the pick for George. Kicks it to Patterson. Oklahoma City moving it around. 4 on the shot clock. Anthony can't hit.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate